Certain, already on the other side of what everyone else is still inside. While you were deciding what to think of me, I moved. While you were measuring the distance between where I was and where I was going, I arrived. While the room was still forming its opinion, the opinion became irrelevant. That is not luck, that is the specific advantage of a man who stopped waiting for the room's permission to operate, and started operating in the time the room spent deciding whether to give it. I don't wait for the verdict, I move during the deliberation. By the time you decide what you think, I'm already somewhere you're thinking can't reach. That's the game, it's always been the game. Most men never find out. It was running. There is a clock most men don't see. It runs on the gap between perception and reality. The distance between what the room thinks is happening and what is actually happening. In that gap, in that specific unreported space, is where everything real gets built. I live there, I've always lived there. The visible version of my life is the receipt, not the transaction. I don't wait for the verdict, I move during the deliberation. By the time you decide what you think, I'm already somewhere you're thinking can't reach. That's the game, that's always been the game. Most men never find out. It was running. Watch what happens in the room when results arrive without warning. No announcement preceded them, no visible effort explained them. No performance connected the man to the outcome, they just appeared. Because the work that produced them happened somewhere the room wasn't watching. In the hours nobody tracks, in the decisions nobody witnessed, in the preparation that looked like nothing from the outside and was everything from the inside. That is the method, not mystery, not talent, discipline in the unseen. I was operating in the gap between what is visible and what is real, while the room watches the surface and calls it the whole picture. It is never already 3 moves ahead, playing a game nobody else knows is running. Every note a decision made in the dark, now arriving in the light. The most dangerous man in any room is not the loudest, not the most visible, not the one the room is currently tracking. It is the one the room forgot to track, who has been moving in the perimeter of the room's attention, collecting, calculating, positioning while the attention was elsewhere. Who arrives at the destination the room didn't know was the destination? Already there, already finished, already on to the next thing. Before the room understands what just happened, that man doesn't announce himself. You feel him only in the result. I don't wait for the verdict, I move during the deliberation. By the time you decide what you think, I'm already somewhere you're thinking can't reach. That's the game that's always been the game most men never find out. It was running, he was already gone. Before you noticed he was leaving. That is not an accident. The exit was part of the plan, timed, placed, executed with the same precision as everything that preceded it. Nothing about this man is accidental. Not the entrance, not the silence, not the moves you didn't see, not the result you didn't expect, and not the exit, especially not the exit. The door closed somewhere ahead in the gap between what is known and what is coming. He is already in the next. No setup, no context, just the man already there. He doesn't enter rooms, rooms rearrange when he arrives. Not because he demands it, because something in the air reads him correctly before he speaks, and decides that speaking first would be a mistake. That is not charisma, that is not confidence. That is what happens when a man has spent enough years becoming something real and stop needing the room to confirm it. The weight of quiet power is not carried loudly. It doesn't announce, it doesn't perform, it doesn't ask if you felt it. You felt it. That's the point. That's always been the point. The loudest man leaves first from memory. The quiet one never leaves. I stopped explaining myself the year I understood That explanation is a form of asking, and I had nothing left to ask. Not from arrogance, from completion. The man who knows what he is doesn't hand that knowledge to strangers for safekeeping. He keeps it, uses it, moves from it. The way water moves without announcing the direction, already there. Before you understood it was coming. The weight of quiet power is not carried loudly. It doesn't announce, it doesn't perform, it doesn't ask if you felt it. You felt it. That's the point. It's always been the point. The loudest man leaves first from memory. The quiet one never leaves. I watch men confuse volume with authority. Watch them mistake activity for progress, presence for impact, noise for consequence. Consequence is quiet. The most consequential things that ever happened made almost no sound. A door closing, decision made, a man choosing not to respond. In the room, understanding in the silence that followed that something had just shifted permanently in his favor. Control is the currency, not control of others. That is just fear wearing a suit. Control of the space between what happens and what you do with it. That space, one breath wide, is where everything lies. The reaction that wasn't given, the word that wasn't spoken, the move that wasn't made because the better move was stillness. Every man who ever made you feel the weight of his presence without touching you lived in that space. Built everything there in silence and control, in the particular patience of a man who knows that the right move rarely needs to be made immediately. The weight of quiet power is not carried loudly. It doesn't announce, it doesn't perform, it doesn't ask if you felt it. You felt it. That's the point. That's always been the point. The loudest man leaves first from memory. The quiet one never leaves. He leaves without the room noticing immediately. 3 minutes later, someone looks up and the space where he was feels different. Not empty, altered. Like a room after a decision has been made in it. The air holds the shape of what passed through. That is the signature, not the entrance, the residue. What remains after a man of quiet power decides he is finished. You felt it. That's the point. You felt it. Quiet and complete. Statement, not explanation. The man already decided years ago. There was a version of me that gave people what they came for. The reaction, the proof that what they did landed. That version was useful to everyone except me. I retired him. Not in a moment, not dramatically, in the slow accumulation of understanding. That reaction is just permission. Permission for whatever happened to matter more than I decided it would. I stopped issuing that permission. I don't react anymore. Not because nothing lands, because landing doesn't mean it gets to drive. I felt it, I filed it, I moved. That's the whole sequence. That's the only sequence that was ever worth running. Watch what happens when a man stops reacting. The people who relied on the reaction have nowhere to put the provocation. They try again louder, more precisely aimed. I watch that too, without expression, without the satisfaction of letting them know I'm watching. Because showing them I'm watching would be a reaction. And I don't do that anymore. I don't react anymore. Not because nothing lands, because landing doesn't mean it gets to drive. I felt it, I filed it, I moved. That's the whole sequence. That's the only sequence that was ever worth running. Most men don't understand that reaction is a tax paid to whoever provoked it. A direct transfer of your energy, your focus, your composure into the hands of someone who did nothing to deserve any of those things. I stopped paying that tax, not because the provocation stopped, because I understood what I was funding and decided that my composure was not a public resource. It belongs to me. It serves my direction. It goes where I send it, nowhere else. The hardest part wasn't the not reacting. The hardest part was the silence after, when the room was still deciding what my stillness meant, and every instinct said, clarify, say something. Let them know you're not weak. Let them know you felt it. And I said nothing, because that instinct is the reaction wearing a disguise. I know its face now, I know every disguise it wears. The urge to clarify, the urge to defend, the urge to make sure they understand I wasn't unaffected. All of it, reaction. All of it declined, I don't react anymore. Not because nothing lands, because landing doesn't mean it gets to drive. I felt it, I filed it, I moved. That's the whole sequence. That's the only sequence that was ever worth running. He leaves the conversation the same way he entered it. Unchanged, unhurried, unannounced. Whatever was thrown is still in the room. He didn't take it with him. He didn't leave a response. Just the absence of what they expected, which is louder than anything he could have said and cost him nothing. That's the whole game. He figured it out. Filed it and moved. No reaction given. Filed it and moved. They're still waiting. Filed it and moved. No apology, no explanation, just the standard stated. I have a finite amount of something that cannot be recovered, and I stop distributing it like it was infinite. Time, attention, presence. The full version of me, the one that is actually here, actually engaged, actually applying what I know to what is in front of me. That version has a door. Not everyone gets past it. Not because I'm unkind, because I understand what I'm spending every time I let someone in, and I stop spending it on rooms that return nothing on the investment. Not everyone deserves the time that's not cold, that's accounting. The man who gives equally to everything owns nothing fully. Not his hours, not his focus, not himself. Access is earned, not assumed, not given by default. I am not a public resource. I learned this from the wrong direction, from giving time to people who treated it like it cost nothing, because I never showed them what it cost, because I hadn't yet understood that showing the cost is part of setting the price. I understand now. The cost is visible in how I enter, how long I stay, what I contribute, and what I withhold. A man who has assessed the room and allocated accordingly. Not everyone gets the same. Nobody gets all of it. Not everyone deserves the time. That's not cold, that's accounting. The man who gives equally to everything owns nothing fully. Not his hours, not his focus, not himself. Access is earned, not assumed, not given by default. I am not a public resource. Watch how men hemorrhage time on the undeserving, explaining themselves to people who won't change their minds, maintaining proximity to relationships that extract without returning, attending conversations that were finished before they started, paying with the one thing that has no replacement, and calling it being present. Presence is not the same as availability. The man who is present everywhere is sovereign nowhere. I chose sovereignty. The people who deserve the time, they know it by how I show up for them. Quality of attention, the absence of the clock in my posture, the signal that for this, for them, the allocation was made without a reservation. That is not common. I made it uncommon on purpose, because the thing that is given to everyone is valued by no one. And I would rather be rare to the right people than available to all of them. Rare is not arrogance. Rare is the natural result of understanding what you carry and refusing to let it be ordinary. Accounting. The man who gives equally to everything owns nothing fully. Not his hours, not his focus, not himself. Access is earned, not assumed, not given by default. I am not a public resource. He leaves without the guilt he used to carry for leaving. That guilt was the residue of a belief he no longer holds, that his time belonged to whoever asked for it. It doesn't. It belongs to him, allocated by him to what he decided was worth it, withdrawn from everything that wasn't, quietly, without announcement, without the performance of explaining why. The door closed. That's the whole statement. Access is earned, not assumed by anyone. Access is earned. My time, my terms. Access is earned. No doubt in the room, none offered, none exist. Every move I make was decided before you saw it. What looks like instinct is preparation that started long before this moment required it. What looks like calm is the natural posture of a man who already ran every version of this in the only room that matters, the one nobody else has access to. I don't arrive at situations, I arrive at conclusions. The situation is just the last part of a process that was already finished. I know exactly what I'm doing, not as confidence as architecture. Every choice is load-bearing, nothing decorative, nothing accidental, nothing that wasn't placed where it is on purpose. You're watching the result, the work was somewhere else, somewhere earlier, somewhere you weren't. I don't improvise in rooms that matter. Improvisation is preparation that arrive late. I don't let preparation arrive late. I know the room before the room knows me, the variables, the people in it, what they want, what they'll do when they don't get it, what I'll do when they do that, and what I'll do after. Map decided, filed before I walk through the door. I know exactly what I'm doing, not as confidence as architecture. Every choice is load-bearing, nothing decorative, nothing accidental, nothing that wasn't placed where it is on purpose. You're watching the result, the work was somewhere else, somewhere earlier, somewhere you weren't. Watch how men operate from the surface, reacting to what appears, deciding from what's visible, moving from whatever the moment presents, and wonder why the moment keeps presenting the same problems. The surface is where amateurs work. Depth is the discipline. The man who understands 3 moves ahead doesn't need to be fast. He needs to be early. Early is everything. Early is the difference between the man who responds and the man who already knew the response would be needed and had it ready before the question was asked. hours of preparation that most men spend on something else. I spent them on this, on knowing, on mapping, on running the scenarios. Nobody thinks to run until they're already in them, so that when I arrive, I am not arriving at a problem. I am arriving at the solution. I prepared for the problem I saw coming long before it announced itself. That is not luck, that is not instinct, that is the return on an investment nobody watched me make. I know exactly what I'm doing. Not as confidence as architecture. Every choice is load-bearing. Nothing decorative, nothing accidental, nothing that wasn't placed where it is on purpose. You're watching the result. The work was somewhere else, somewhere earlier, somewhere you weren't. He leaves the way architects leave a building. They design without needing to explain why anything is where it is. It holds. That's the explanation. That's the only explanation that was ever necessary. He already knew it would hold. He knew it before the first wall, before the first decision, before anyone else was in the room. That's the whole thing. That was always the whole thing. Knowing before the room requires you to. Nothing accidental, built before you saw it. Nothing accidental. I already knew. Nothing accidental. Most men talk to fill the space between not knowing and not admitting they don't know. I light a cigarette. The smoke does what the words would have done badly. Occupies the air, says nothing specific, means exactly what the moment requires. There is a discipline in that. A man who knows the difference between what needs to be said and what just needs to be released. Is a man who has never wasted a room. Smoke rises, silence holds. Truth doesn't need to be told. It just waits until the noise burns out and takes the space that's left. Some men talk, some men know. The difference is everything. I've been in rooms where the truth was visible to everyone, and nobody said it, because saying it would have required something most men are not willing to spend. The comfort of being liked, I spent it. Not dramatically, not with the announcement that I was spending it. Just said the thing, watched the room adjust, and kept the particular piece of a man who knows the truth is less expensive than its alternative. Smoke rises, silence holds. Truth doesn't need to be told. It just waits until the noise burns out and takes the space that's left. Some men talk, some men know. The difference is everything. Watch how men perform certainty. The volume, the repetition, the need to say it again, slightly louder when the room doesn't immediately agree. That is not certainty. Certainty is quiet. Certainty says it once at the right time, at the right weight, and then lets the silence do the rest. The silence is not empty. The silence is the truth settling, taking its place in the room, making itself permanent, while everything spoken against it dissolves like smoke. There are three kinds of men in any room with something real at stake. The man who talks because he's afraid of what the silence might reveal. The man who stays quiet because he has nothing. And the man who stays quiet because he already knows, and is waiting for the room to arrive at what he arrived at 10 minutes ago. Patient, certain, already on the other side of the conversation. Holding the truth the way you hold a good hand, without showing it, without needing to, knowing that the cards will eventually speak for themselves. Smoke rises and clears. Silence holds the truth. Smoke rises and clears. Some men know. Smoke rises and clears. Silence holds the truth. Smoke rises and clears. Some men know. Smoke rises and clears. Finishes the cigarette, doesn't crush it dramatically, sets it down, watches it finish on its own. That is the whole philosophy. Let things complete themselves when they are ready. Don't perform truth was always gonna land. The silence was always gonna hold. And the smoke was never the point. It was just something honest to do with the hands, while the truth was doing its work. Smoke rises and clears, silence holds the truth. Smoke rises and clears, some men know. Smoke rises and clears, some men know. No setup. The man already paid today. They see the calm, they don't see what it cost this morning to arrive at the calm. They don't see the thing that happened first, the thing that would have destroyed a smaller man, that was received, processed, filed, and converted into the particular stillness they are now calling composure. Composure is not the absence of the storm. It is the bill paid in full in private before anyone arrived. The calm is not free. It never was. Every still man in a burning room paid something nobody put on the receipt. That's the price, that's the work, that's what they call unshakable. Not knowing what it shook before they got there. I have absorbed things that were designed to produce a reaction, delivered with precision, time for maximum effect, aimed at the specific place. A man keeps what he doesn't show. I felt it land, filed it, stood still, let the room read the stillness as indifference, which is not what it was, but it's far more useful than what it was. So indifference is what I gave them. The real thing was handled somewhere they don't have access to. The calm is not free. It never was. Every still man in a burning room paid something nobody put on the receipt. That's the price, that's the work, that's what they call unshakable. Not knowing what it shook before they got there. Most men don't understand what they're watching when they watch a calm man under pressure. They think it's temperament, they think it's distance, they think some men simply feel less wrong. The calm man feels everything, sometimes more, because the absence of release means everything is held longer, processed deeper, understood more completely. The calm is not less feeling. It is more discipline than most men are willing to buy. And the price is paid daily in the moments nobody witnesses, in the private accounting of a man who decided that control was worth whatever it cost. The price being paid in private, in full, is always there's a version of strength that performs itself, visible, loud, built for the audience. And there is this, the kind that costs more precisely because no one sees it. The decision made in the body before it reaches the face, the breath taken before the answer, the moment absorbed before the response, the daily invisible expensive work of a man who chose long ago what kind of instrument he would be, and tunes it every morning, whether or not anyone is listening. The calm is not free, it never was. Every still man in a burning room paid something nobody put on the receipt. That's the price, that's the work, that's what they call unshakable. Not knowing what it shook before they got there. He walks out, the room will remember him as the man who didn't react. They won't remember what they did that required the not reacting. That asymmetry is intentionally paid for it with the thing they never saw, the thing absorbed instead of expressed, the weight carried instead of placed on the table for everyone to assess. The calm was always the product, the price was always his alone. The calm cost everything, paid before they arrived. The calm cost everything, mine alone to pay. The calm cost everything. You was already watching before you arrived. By the time I say something, I already know how you handle pressure. I already know what you protect when the room gets uncomfortable. I already know the difference between what you said and what you meant, because I watched the gap between them. Most men reveal everything in the first 10 minutes. They don't know that I don't tell them. I watch more than I speak. from shyness, not from having nothing, from understanding that the man who talks first hands everything to the man who waited. I waited, I always wait. The room always pays for that patience. There is information available only in silence. It lives in what people do when they think nobody is tracking. The adjustment, the glance, the moment someone decides what version of themselves to present and presence it, not knowing that the decision itself was the most honest thing they showed me. I collect these without expression, without signal, without giving anyone the courtesy of knowing. They just told me everything I needed. I watch more than I speak, not from shyness, not from having nothing, from understanding that the man who talks first hands everything to the man who waited. I waited, I always wait. The room always pays for that patience. The talkers think the quiet ones are processing slowly. We're not. We process before the conversation started. Read the room before anyone spoke. Identified every dynamic, every alliance, every vulnerability before the first word was offered. The speaking is just confirmation of what we already know. Sometimes we don't even need that. Sometimes we leave a room knowing exactly what happened in it, having contributed nothing to the record and everything to the outcome. The question is never what to say. Question is whether saying anything adds to the position or reduces it. Most of the time, silence adds. A man who speaks rarely but accurately, whose words arrive with the specific weight of someone who chose them from a much larger inventory, is not a man you interrupt. It's not a man you underestimate twice. I know when to speak, I know what it costs when I do. I spend it carefully like a man who has more than enough, and therefore needs to spend very little to be understood. I watch more than I speak, not from shyness, not from having nothing, from understanding that the man who talks first hands everything to the man who waited. I waited, I always wait. The room always pays for that patience. He leaves the conversation having said very little. The room will spend the next hour trying to determine what he thought. They won't reach a conclusion that is not an accident. A man fully readable by everyone in the room is a man the room is already finished with. He prefers to remain unfinished, the open question nobody gets to close. Watching from whatever room comes next. Watching while they talk. The room pays later. Watching while they talk. I already know. Watching while they talk. Voice of a man who held on to the wrong thing long enough to finally understand why it kept letting him down. It disappointed me the first time, and I excused it. The second time I explained it. Third time I defended it, to others, to myself, building arguments for something that had already given me its honest answer twice. It kept disappointing me, not out of cruelty, out of truth. It was telling me the only thing it knew how to say, this was never yours. What is not meant for you will disappoint you until you tire. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment, the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. I've held things that were not mine with both hands, jobs, people, versions of myself, built for rooms that never wanted the real one. Held them past the first sign, past the second, past the point where any honest man would have understood. Because letting go felt like a losing, until I understood that holding the wrong thing with both hands means both hands are unavailable for what was actually coming. For you will disappoint you until you tire. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment, the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. Watch men exhausted by the wrong thing, pouring everything into what keeps returning empty. And I recognize it, the particular exhaustion of a man who mistakes persistence for wisdom. Persistence is a virtue with the right thing. With the wrong thing, it is just a longer version of the same disappointment. Arriving at the same ending, having spent more to get there. The door that keeps closing is not a door that needs a harder knock. never feels like victory. It feels like a loss, because for a long time the wrong thing was the only thing. And empty hands feel like failure before they feel like freedom. But there is a moment, and it always comes, when the hands that finally open receive something that fits them so completely that the man understands all at once. The disappointments were not failures, they were directions. Every door that closed on him was pointing somewhere else, and he just needed to stop knocking long enough to turn around and see it. What is not meant for you will disappoint you until you tire. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment, the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. He walks out tonight with open hands, not empty, open. There is a difference that took him years to understand. Empty is the absence of what was lost. Open is the preparation for what is still coming. He walks toward it without knowing what it is, only knowing that it is more likely to arrive now that he's stopped, filling his hands with what was never meant to stay. Open hands now, making room for mine. Open hands now, what is mine will come. Open hands now. Open hands now. Of a man who finally understood where his power actually lived. The storm doesn't ask for your approval before it arrives. The loss doesn't check if you are ready. The betrayal doesn't wait for a convenient season. Life is not interested in your preparation. What is interested, what is always watching, is what you do in the first moment after impact. When you've had time to compose yourself. The first moment, raw, unscripted, honest. That moment is your character introducing itself. It's not what happens, it's the man who decides what it means. The event is neutral, the response is everything. Reason over reaction, courage over comfort, justice over convenience. A man who masters what lives inside him cannot be mastered by anything outside. I have been hit by things I did not deserve. I want to say that plainly, because the stoic way is not the pretending way. It is not the pretense that everything is fair, that the universe distributes its weight with any particular concern. For who can carry it? It doesn't. The stoic way is simpler and harder. It is the understanding that fairness is not the variable. Responses, and response is the one thing that was always entirely mine. It's not what happens, it's the man who decides what it means. The event is neutral, the response is everything. Reason over reaction, courage over comfort, justice over convenience. A man who masters what lives inside him cannot be mastered by anything outside. I watch men destroyed by circumstance, not because the circumstance was stronger, because they handed it the authority to define them. One event, one verdict, one morning that became the explanation for everything that followed. I decided differently. What happened to me is the weather. Who I am is the structure where the changes. Structure is chosen, built, maintained daily. In the hours when nothing is happening and nobody is watching, and the only work is the quiet discipline of a man deciding what he is made of. Reason in adversity, in honest negotiation. Reason winning, not by force, by preparation. Virtue is not the reward at the end. Virtue is the practice in the middle. In the middle of the loss, the middle of the betrayal, the middle of the circumstance that arrived without asking. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision made in its presence. Justice is not what the world gives you. It is what you give regardless of what the world gave you first. And freedom, real freedom, is not the absence of adversity. It is the man who walks through adversity and arrives on the other side still entirely himself. That man cannot be touched by what happens to him, only by what he chooses to do with it. It's not what happens, it's the man who decides what it means. The event is neutral, the response is everything. Reason over reaction, courage over comfort, justice over convenience. A man who masters what lives inside him cannot be mastered by anything outside. He walks out into whatever the night has prepared. He didn't choose the night, he chose himself. And that choice is the only armor that has never failed him. Cold street, unknown road, whatever comes next, he is ready. Not because he knows what is coming, because he knows who is going to meet it. It's how I respond, the man I chose to be. It's how I respond, nothing masters me. It's how I respond. The voice of a man who held on to the wrong thing long enough to finally understand why it kept letting him down. It disappointed me the first time and I excused it. The second time I explained it. The third time I defended it, to others, to myself, building arguments for something that had already given me its honest answer twice. It kept disappointing me, not out of cruelty, out of truth. It was telling me the only thing it knew how to say: this was never yours. What is not meant for you will disappoint you until you're tired. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment, the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. I held things that were not mine with both hands, jobs, people, versions of myself built for rooms that never wanted the real one. Held them past the first sign, past the second, past the point where any honest man would have understood. Because letting go felt like losing, until I understood that holding the wrong thing with both hands means both hands are unavailable for what was actually coming. What is not meant for you will disappoint you until you're tired. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment, the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. I watch men exhausted by the wrong thing, pouring everything into what keeps returning empty. And I recognize it, the particular exhaustion of a man who mistakes persistence for wisdom. Persistence is a virtue with the right thing, with the wrong thing. It is just a longer version of the same disappointment. A arriving at the same ending, having spent more to get there. The door that keeps closing is not a door that needs a harder knock. It is a door that is not yours. The moment of release never feels like victory. It feels like a loss, because for a long time the wrong thing was the only thing. And empty hands feel like failure before they feel like freedom. But there is a morning, and it always comes when the hands that finally open receive something that fits them so completely that the man understands all at once. The disappointments were not failures, they were directions. Every door that closed on him was pointing somewhere else, and he just needed to stop knocking long enough to turn around and see it. What is not meant for you will disappoint you until you're tired. Not to punish, to teach. Every disappointment the same lesson in a different coat. Release what was never yours and make room for what is. He walks out tonight with open hands, not empty. There is a difference that took him years to understand. Empty is the absence of what was lost. Open is the preparation for what is still coming. He walks toward it without knowing what it is, only knowing that it is more likely to arrive now. He stopped filling his hands with what was never meant to stay. Open hands now, making room for mine. Open hands now, what is mine will come. Open hands now. No defense offered, none coming. They have a version of me that is wrong. I know it's wrong. They don't know I know. I let that stand. Not from weakness, not from indifference, from the understanding that correcting it would cost me something worth more than their accuracy. My silence, a man who explains himself to everyone who misreads him, will spend his entire life in the service of other people's comprehension. I have other work. I let them misunderstand. I let the version stand. is a door, and I don't open doors. I didn't build for reasons I didn't choose. Let them have the wrong picture, the right one belongs to me. There is power in being underestimated by the right people. A man who is fully legible to everyone in the room has handed the room too much. I give them enough to form an opinion, usually the wrong one. And then I work in the space that opinion creates, the space between what they think I'm capable of and what I actually am, which is consistently larger than they calculated. That gap is not an accident. I maintain it carefully. I let them misunderstand. I let the version stand. Correction is a door, and I don't open doors. I didn't build for reasons I didn't choose. Let them have the wrong picture, the right one belongs to me. Watch how much energy men spend on being understood, explaining, reframing, offering context nobody asked for, chasing accuracy in other people's minds like it changes anything about what they actually are. It doesn't. The man you are operates whether or not anyone has correctly assessed him. The work doesn't wait for the right verdict. The results don't require accurate perception to arrive. Let them be wrong, be right anyway, quietly, consistently, in the direction they never saw coming. They never saw coming. Saw coming. The correction I never gave was the point, not the withholding, the decision underneath it. The moment I looked at what they thought, weighed it against what it would cost to change it, and chose the misunderstanding. Because a man fully understood by everyone in the room is a man. The room is fully accounted for. I prefer not to be fully accounted for. I prefer to be the variable nobody included in the calculation, the one that arrives at the end and changes what the number said. I let them misunderstand. I let the version stand. Correction is a door, and I don't open doors. I didn't build for reasons I didn't choose. Let them have the wrong picture. The right one belongs to me. leaves, they'll talk about him using the wrong words. He knows which words they'll use. He chose them by omission, by what he didn't correct, by what he let settle into the space he didn't fill. All of it deliberate, none of it an accident. The man they described is not the man who just walked out. That distance between the description and the man is not a failure of communication. It is the work. Let them have the picture. The real one is mine. Let them have the picture, misread by design. Let them have the picture. Statement of fact, no bitterness, no performance, just the new reality declared. There was a version of me that was useful to the wrong people, available, accommodating, willing to absorb what should have been redirected. That version had no price on the door, which meant anyone could walk through it, and they did. I didn't close the door in anger, I closed it in understanding, the specific understanding that comes when a man finally maps the full distance between what he was given and what was returning. The numbers didn't add up, they never had. I became someone you can't use, not by accident, by design. Every boundary built was a lesson someone taught me by crossing it. Every version of me they counted on was retired the day I understood what it was for. I am not what you remember. That man retired quietly. This one doesn't leave a door. I know how I was read. The available one, the one who absorbed without invoice, the one whose patience was mistaken for permission. I watched it happen from inside, not blind, just in process. There is a period in every man's life where he allows what he shouldn't, not from weakness, but from the incomplete data of someone who hasn't yet seen the full pattern. I saw the pattern, ran it forward, understood the destination, made a different choice. I became someone you can't use, not by accident, by design. Every boundary built was a lesson someone taught me by crossing it. Every version of me they counted on was retired the day I understood what it was for. I am not what you remember. That man retired quietly. This one doesn't door. I watch men being used who don't know they're being used, because the using is dressed in the language of need. And a man who hasn't learned to hear the difference between someone who needs him and someone who finds him convenient will keep paying the same invoice under different names for years. I learned to hear it. The specific frequency of convenience, pretending to be connection. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And once you can't unhear it, you become very difficult to use. Transformation, not dramatic, just permanent. The door that now requires something real to open. The people who relied on the previous version, they didn't lose me. They lost access to the part of me that had no price. That part now has a price. It's not listed anywhere. It can't be negotiated. It can't be charmed. It can only be earned through the specific currencies of consistency, reciprocity, and the particular honesty of showing up as something real when it cost you something real. Most people don't carry those currencies. That is useful information. I collect it early. I adjust accordingly. Before the invoice arrives, I became someone you can't use, not by accident, by design. Every boundary built was a lesson. Someone taught me by crossing it. Every version of me they counted on was retired the day I understood what it was for. I am not what you remember, that man retired quietly. This one doesn't leave a door. He walks out the same way he does everything now, having given exactly what he chose. Nothing more, nothing that wasn't a decision. They'll say he changed. He did. Specifically, deliberately, in the direction of someone whose time and presence and attention are not freely available to anyone with a need and a story. He changed into someone who charges for the things that used to be free. Not in money and what you bring to the door. Most people can't afford it. No pursuit, no urgency, just a man standing still while everything decides for itself. I noticed it moving I didn't follow. Not from pride, not from the performance of someone who wants to be seen, not chasing. From the understanding that movement away is information, and information should be received, not argued with. What moves away is made a decision. My job is not to reverse it. My job is to update what I know about what that was and reallocate accordingly. I don't chase what moves away. Not people, not positions, not the version of things that was only real when I was holding it together. If it moves, I let it move. I watch the direction, I know the distance. Then I turn around and face what stayed. Watch men destroy themselves in the pursuit, running after what already communicated clearly by leaving, interpreting distance as a problem to be solved, when distance is sometimes the solution, arriving in the only form it knew how. The thing that left was not withholding, it was honest. The man who chases it is the one refusing to receive the message because he doesn't like the content. I receive the content, all of it, without revision. I don't chase what moves away. Not people, not positions, not the version of things that was only real when I was holding it together. If it moves, I let it move. I watch the direction, I know the distance. Then I turn around and face what stayed. There is a gravity some men have, with things return without being chased. Because the man who doesn't pursue creates a different kind of pull, the pull of something that doesn't need you, which is paradoxically the most magnetic thing a person can be. The chasing removes it. Every step taken toward what is leaving signals that the leaving has power, and power given to the departure is power removed from the man standing still. I keep pulls back without trying, and what it releases without mourning. What stayed after I stopped chasing, that is the real inventory. Not what I pursued and caught catches require maintenance, require the same energy that caught them to keep them. What stayed without being asked, what remained without being convinced. That is what was actually mine. Everything else was borrowed from my own need, from my own unwillingness to receive the information that was being given clearly. I receive it now, all of it early, before the chasing starts. I don't chase what moves away. Not people, not positions, not the version of things that was only real when I was holding it together. If it moves, I let it move. I watch the direction, I know the distance. Then I turn around and face what stayed. He watches something leave, doesn't move, waits until it's gone completely. No longer on the edge of maybe returning. Then turns, not dramatically, not with the posture of someone performing indifference. Just turns, faces the direction that has something real in it. Walks. The thing that left will become a data point, one of many, that tells him with increasing precision what is worth the standing still for, and what was always gonna leave.